So, welcome, Savannah. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Runway Rundown.
Hey,
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 hey.
hey, hey. Oh my
Thank you for
God.
joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy, your insights. We're about to pick your brain. Hope you're
I love
ready.
y'all. I'm happy to be here. Happy to
Yeah.
support always.
So excited. I mean, I think we've been talking about this for so long now, and I am so glad we're finally getting to do it.
Yes.
So, tell us everything about you. Just kidding. Tell us about your modeling journey. Tell us
Oh,
how the Savannah that we see today got to be here.
Yes.
ooh, girl. Do you want the long answer or the short answer? Because I'm
We have
like,
time. We have time.
okay. So, okay, we're gonna start back at the beginning. My mom was a model as well.
Okay.
She did Neil Hamill training courses way back when the agency was first starting, when she was, I think, like 12, something like that.
Wow.
And she never went on past that point. She did a couple of their coaching sessions and then was like, okay, like did a couple shoots. Man, I wish I had some pics because my
Oh
mom
my
was
gosh.
fire.
Send us
Already
some pics.
knowing.
We'll put it.
Look
We'll
at
put
her
it in
daughter.
the video.
Girl.
Yes.
So, passing down the genes, she got me into it when I was young, and I did my first show with J.C. Penney's when I was like 6.
Wow.
And growing up, like when the opportunity would arise, it would happen, but it was not my career. It wasn't my goal. I didn't push for it until much later on in life. My senior year of high school, I had a senior photographer who approached me and was like, "Do you want to be my ambassador, like my rep for senior portraits?" And I was like, "Sure, like absolutely." Her name is Robin Jansky. She's still here in San Antonio, Texas. Beautiful work. So if you're a senior, go get your photos with her. Still got a rep after all these years.
Shouts out Robin. Hey.
Exactly. So we did our first shoot, our first styled shoot, and from that point, you build kind of like a comp card, and you could submit to this contest called We Are the Chosen. So the point of We Are the Chosen was to choose people from all over the United States to come together and to do like one big styled shoot. So like a whole bunch of people submit, and it's supposed to be like this fun thing, like to see what other people are doing on other sides of the country. And so I submitted just for the hell of it, from a couple of the pictures that we'd taken together. And a couple months later, like totally forgot about it, I get an email. And I show it to my mom and I'm like, what is this? And it shows that I had been selected. And in the modeling world, you never know if it's real or not. So we like looked through it, we clicked all the things. Well, we didn't click the link. We went to the site and we were like, wait a second, wait a second. And sure enough, like it was legit. And so we called Robin and they flew us out to Palm Springs, California. Like I said,
Oh.
senior year of high school, little me, fresh into the modeling world. And there were a group, like I said, of 12 of us that were selected from all over. People were from, I mean, New York, Tennessee, Washington State, Oregon, Texas. Everyone was from somewhere different, and we all did this styled shoot. So I have that on like the very bottom of my Instagram feed. Don't look at those photos.
Ah!
But that was like the beginning of like it felt so exciting to be like, you get your hair and makeup done. You have all these people around you and you're like, "Oh my gosh, like I don't know what to do, but let me just play with the clothes, play with the garments, play with the jewelry." And I think we did 3 or 4 looks throughout that weekend. And it was amazing.
Wow.
It just sparked everything for me from that point.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Very
cool.
fun. Very
That
fun.
is amazing. I love hearing that. I love hearing everyone's origin stories because everyone
Right.
just comes from different works of life and it's just
Yeah.
like and then yeah, I just wound up in this industry and I'm doing it now and it's kind of crazy. But I
It's
love
so
hearing that
Amazing.
crazy.
your mom used to be a model. I can totally see that. Shout out to Mrs. Harsh.
Period. Mrs. Harsh, Mrs. Harsh.
Mama, we love it.
Shout out to Mrs. Harsh.
I'm
So
gonna have
tell
to,
us,
yeah.
how did you get into New York Fashion Week? Why did you decide to do New York Fashion Week? What was that journey like for you?
So I feel like that's everyone's dream, to get to the next level.
Mhm.
And here in San Antonio, we've cultivated such a community of powerhouse people, powerhouse models, photographers, producers, like all those things. And I was grateful for all the experiences here, but I felt like I capped out. Like I feel like a lot of us, it's still Texas at the end of the day. Like I want to work with better brands, better clients, bigger runways, and next step felt like either Miami, LA, or New York. And Miami, I'm okay. I don't need to be in a bikini to be seen personally. It's personal. I don't want to have a nip slip or a lip slip on the runway. I'm okay. Okay.
Like
So I was
up
like,
for that.
so I'm like, maybe Miami's not for me. That's okay. And then LA, I was like, maybe still one day, but I feel like they're more entertainer. And I want to do high fashion runway. So New York obviously was the choice. And this past year, like, I don't know, just the stars aligned. Everything came together. I knew what I wanted to do. I set forth, did all the freaking research I could months in advance. Like, started applying from, okay, let's say probably June up until September of different shows I wanted to do, of different designers I potentially wanted to meet or try and see what shows they were doing. Or there was a hair artist in town that was moving out there. Shout out to Lacey. She was out there and actually did my hair at one of the shows. And so like that San Antonio community, yeah, all about research.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see how this all came to be. It was just a choice at the end of the day, you know? It was like I want this for myself. I want this for my journey, and I'm not going to be young forever. So what's wrong with now? This is the year, and so that's what happened.
You made it
2024
happen.
September, yeah, New York Fashion Week.
It was in there.
Dang.
She was in
She
there,
made it
ripping
happen.
up the runway.
Yeah, together. We were there together.
Wait, y'all were?
Yeah.
Huh?
Y'all were there together?
Yes, we went together. It was our first New York Fashion Week together.
Oh my God.
By the way, I'm gonna miss you this year. Like, I'm literally prepping myself
know.
for you not to be there this year. You don't even understand.
Yeah, you have
I'm
a
like,
lot of research to do. I'm like, ooh.
girl.
Literally last year, I made a whole Google Doc that I shared with everyone. Like everyone had access to the Google Doc. It had
What?
times, dates, locations of castings, shows. I mean, sometimes the transit. Like, how the
She
hell are
was
we gonna get from?
prepared. If I needed
prepared.
anything and I was
Dang.
lost, I was calling Savannah. Like, I kid you not. I was getting off the
Where?
plane and calling Savannah.
What?
Like,
Where's
I
the
would wake
casting
up
at
in the
again?
morning,
It's
and
in
my
Maddie.
morning ritual was to check in with Savannah. I'm like, what are we doing today? Because
What's the?
I don't know what's going on.
Dang, you had the whole
What's going
itinerary
on?
down.
Like, who are we meeting today? And then
Whoa.
I didn't expect us to walk any shows together, but like on the whimest whim, I bumped into her. She was heading to a show for New York Fashion Week, the shows, and I'm like, hey, where are you going? And she's like, oh, I'm going to this place. Come with me. I'm like, okay, I need to go run and do it real quick, but I will meet you there. And that's how we ended up walking for the same designer. Where I opened my first New York Fashion Week show ever, where I opened first Fashion Week ever, like, and that's how I got in, like, because I showed up, and Savannah was like, just show up here, and I was like, yes, ma'am.
But that's a great point. It's all about showing up. They did a casting a couple days prior, but that same day they did another casting. They had everybody walk again, and if you were there, you had that opportunity, and by you putting yourself in that space allowed for it to happen. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, the whole thing.
That was the craziest like testimony. Like, I don't even, if there's a God, he was in that moment because
Absolutely.
oh my God, like the way it happened, because we bumped into each other like slightly after like noon, and we were in a show by 7 p.m. Like,
It was wild.
just insane.
Yeah. I had come
Take my jaw
from
up.
Yeah, it was wild. I had come from Runway 7 that morning. There was a show.
I came to watch you at Runway 7 that morning.
Okay, that's what it was.
I was there to watch you.
I was like, wait. And I didn't realize going into it.
I was literally sitting in the crowd, and then I saw her get off the stage. I was like, oh, let me go look for her. And then that's how I bumped into her. And yeah, that's literally how that worked out.
Yeah.
Crazy. Very, very crazy. But I love hearing that. Okay, so I'm going to have one more question for you, and then Kennedy's going to take over. But you talked about a spreadsheet, and you talked about being prepared and doing your research. Tell me, what things did you look into for travel, accommodations, food, glam? Like, how did you prepare yourself? What was in that document, by the way? Like, tell us about it.
So, like I said, it was really just pulling my resources together, because I think all of us are pretty well connected, and we have people that live out there. And so I reached out to the people that I know have moved out there or have experience out there. And I was like, hey, like, where should I stay? And so I reached out to a model in Houston. Her name's Jules. I'm sure a lot of y'all know her. Cute little short blonde girly, walk of a goddess. Like, she's a powerhouse down that runway. And so I was like, hey, I know you've been to New York Fashion Week before. What do you recommend? So got on a phone call. She recommended a hotel called The Pod. which was a smaller, like they're,
I'll stay there, yup.
you get it. They're nice, they're
If you know, you know.
clean. If you know, you know.
They're nice and clean, but
Petite.
it's
It
called
is
pie
so
for a reason.
expensive. Like, I was looking to book that this year for myself, and I'm like,
Yeah. We stayed, I think, for like 3 nights, and it was nice to be, because it's right by
It's right in
Times
the-
Square. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one we stayed at was Central, which was nice to kind of get my bearings for the first week. Then the second week, I got in touch, and Mandu and I were talking about this, with a girl who was coordinating a model house in town. So if you know people doing the model house thing, that'll save you money too. I think there was a group of like 6 or 7 of us that stayed in Jersey. Now, Jersey was more expensive because of the Uber, but you're saving money on housing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a give and take on where you want to spend your money. I remember one night we spent, $100.
We spent $120. Like, we took a taxi together to get to Jersey to get ready to come back out into the city.
Yeah.
Mind you, it takes like 45 minutes by Uber, an hour and then some by the train and the bus, whatever, to get into Jersey. And by the time we got back out, I was tired and ready to go home. I got off the car
drive
and I
will
was
take you
like,
out.
"Can we turn this around?" Like,
The drive will take you out. So
I'm done. I was done.
So Jersey, there's pros and cons to Jersey, right? Like yeah. Pros and cons to that. And pros and cons to the model house too. These are people you've never met before ever in your life. So you're kind of adjusting your sleep schedule and your daily habits around other people. So, there's that. And then I think the last couple of days I figured out who else was still in town, and we was like, "Oh, can I bunk with you?" And they had an extra couch space. I think that was like the last 2 nights that I hopped in with other people to try and save as much money as I could. And they had space, or else I probably would have booked back at the pod if I needed to. But there's another place right by there. If y'all look at the pod Times Square, there's another small, narrow housing area. So that's a resource for anyone who's looking for housing.
I feel like I know which one you're talking about. It might be the
Right?
Moxie.
Yes.
The Moxie.
She knows. Yeah. Yeah.
Girl, I know. I've been all over.
You've been there? Yeah, you've been
there
there.
multiple times.
I gotta know my way around. I've been trying to see what you said, if there is a best accommodation, like you said, you kind of just break even whether you stay in Manhattan or whether you stay in Jersey because of transportation. And I mean, I might just stay in the city because everything's right there.
Yeah.
That's
This year,
pretty
what I
good.
did, or what I've been trying to do this year is trying to find people who are subletting their apartment, because around this time it's 9/11, it's New York Fashion Week, and a lot of people like to leave the city, so they will rent out their space. So that's what I'm doing right now, and fingers crossed, I'm still working it out, but fingers crossed that works out for me. And say
Let me know how that goes.
I never even thought about that. Dang, that is kind of traumatic.
Keep me updated, because I want to know.
I will.
I want to know.
I will.
For real.
But yeah, I know Kennedy had some questions for you too.
Yes.
All the things.
But yes. Okay. So first off, when was your most recent trip to New York?
So September was our last. I stayed for 2.5 weeks, which was a long time.
Yeah.
But
From there for a while.
A minute. But from the castings I wanted to do and the last show that I knew I wanted to walk in, my friend, she walks in Austin Fashion Week. Well, she used to, but she does fashion for Ukraine. And so during that time, she reached out, and the show was purely raising money for Ukraine and for everything that was going on and that is going on at the time then and now. I knew I wanted to do the Fashion for Ukraine show to support my friends, to support the cause, but I also wanted to be there early enough to do the shows that I wanted to do for my resume. So yeah, it was a minute. So for a minute. But September.
Okay, September. And then Rise Up Production says they got a $1,400 hotel booked right now. Ooh. Let's take a moment of silence for their pockets.
That's crazy though. That's correct.
Because no, I feel you. I think me and Nicole we're running it back this year, so we will be there. So please pray for our pockets as well. But I'm so excited. I was telling her over the phone last night, or I think it was the day before. But this time around, it just feels right. I don't know. I'm very excited. I feel like the energy, the creative energy, and everybody is just I don't want to say it's peaking, but it's
It's so alive.
It's there. It's vibrant. It's alive, and I love it.
Yeah.
But another question. So you said that you stayed in Manhattan, but you also stayed in Jersey. Do you feel how did you allot your time to get to and from your castings, your go-sees, all of that?
So, especially in Jersey with the model house, I packed everything I had. I had this little schoolgirl black big backpack. Had everything from shoes to undergarments to makeup if I needed it to hair if I needed it. Because sometimes you would have a night show, but you wanted to go to a casting in the morning. So if you were commuting in from Jersey, I wanted to have everything with me that I needed. And in the evening, that was kind of hard because we wanted to go out and explore the city. So that's when we would take the Uber or the taxi back and then kind of download for a brief little minute, then go right back. Right.
Ooh.
But yeah, that backpack was my lifesaver. Yeah.
Now, New York, that's one of those cities you just have to have like one of them tote bags, a backpack,
I
like a
survived.
satchel.
Yep. The only way I survived the casting days, I had my little Telfar tote bag. And then on show days, I had my little rolly bag with
The rolly bag.
rolling across the city in high heels. And everyone's like, where the hell is she going? And I'm like, yo,
You know where I'm going. You know exactly where I'm going. Don't ask me. You know exactly where I'm going. I'm dressed in all black with heels. You know where I'm going.
No question.
And I'm like 6 foot tall. Come on now.
Right. Come on.
You know what's going on.
We love a tall queen.
Now, at the time that you were there, were you signed with an agency?
So I have been signed with several here in town, and I have had
felt that.
Yeah, yeah. So my first experience with an agency, I learned a lot.
Don't we all?
And I walked away from that experience wanting to be more independent so I could learn even more. And I grew so much in that year of just a wealth of knowledge. I felt like I know now more about who I am as a model, what kind of person I want to be in the industry, like so many different things. So freelance taught me a lot. And then at the end of that year, I signed with another agency in town. And she was like a mother figure, honestly. Like, she was so nice and supportive. And she did. So I signed with her right after New York, actually, which is crazy. But you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And I signed with her and we did some coaching classes and things. And I just got nothing but good energy from that. So in November, I did the Talent Expo and had that experience as well. And then come around that next year, I decided, I was like, you know what? Like, I'm getting a lot of work right now. Like, I felt like last year, there was a lot going and I couldn't be more grateful for it. And so I was like, listen, like, I felt like an agency was holding me back. So we had a brief conversation and we decided to be non-exclusive. And so if she has work that she feels fits for me, then sometimes she'll throw it my way. Sometimes I'm not her main priority roster. So that's fine too, you know. But we had that agreement. So technically, no, I was not with an agency, but was in talks. Yeah, and I think Mandu and I have talked about MMG as well out there. I know they have, during New York Fashion Week, they have conversations with models. You can book a time. I think they have it up right now on their page for models that are looking to have a conversation with MMG.
Okay.
Have some thoughts about that too, but anyway.
Okay, so I have one more question.
Yeah.
So anyone who is watching, anyone who might see this, what advice would you give them before stepping foot in New York Fashion Week, stepping foot on a runway, but more so New York, because you know how cutthroat it is out there.
Yeah. I would say, again, research was my number one ally. Every day, knowing that I came prepared to be like, okay, literally one day we went to 6 different castings. It was crazy. We were all over the city. So you have to come knowing what shows, like Jane Wade right now, I think I sent it to you and to others. They also have a casting going on, a virtual casting. So you need to know who's doing virtual castings. You need to know, so Flying Solo sometimes sends their castings out a week or two before like the week of Fashion Week or 2 weeks. So like you need to be on your email, like check that shit all the time to be prepared for when they're going to drop it. Cause you don't know, like they're because they do that on purpose so that not everybody's in town. They want to catch you off guard. So be ready for those emails. I mean, Runway 7, I feel as though there are ways, I shouldn't promote this probably, but if you know friends that are at the fittings, try and get in during those fitting times and to be seen by those people. And sometimes you'll get picked up and you just don't know what'll happen. So Runway 7, go to their castings as well. If you're starting for the first time, it's a good like intro. And then past that, go for the bigger names. Go for, I mean, like I said, Jane Wade. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Look at that little tips from Savanna. We love that. Now, you have any questions for her, Nicole, before we send her off? I'm so sad.
I know I want to give the audience a chance to ask you questions. So, audience, do y'all have any questions for Savanna? Anything that you want to know that she hasn't covered? while the audience is putting in their questions, I was looking back at the podcast that we filmed backstage for one of the shows, and I could not help but cackle at how afraid we were of those rats in the subway. We were
Girl, them
petrified.
rats.
Yes, that was my
Rats are
first
superhuman.
time seeing a full-blown rat. Just a straight up rat.
They be beefy.
Yeah. They
That-
be beefy.
That's scary.
I was in disbelief. Disbelief. I tell you, we were like, is that what I think it is? You see movement down there and you're like,
You're like,
That's it. Yeah.
and by the end of the second week, I was like, oh, that's normal. Y'all
Yeah,
freaking out. We've seen those. Yeah, that was crazy.
oh my god.
Well, let's talk about our first casting. So, Tatiana, we went with Tati,
Yeah.
and she's been there several times before. She's great. And so I was like, hey, Tati, using my resources, what's your experience on the Runway 7 casting? And she was like, you need to be there 2 hours early. Like, don't show up at your call time. Show up before doors open. Show up first thing in the morning. And I was like, okay, like, that's what we're going to do. We're not going to care about the call time. I'm sure they have that there for a reason. But me, I'm gonna show up early. I'm gonna try.
What's the call time? You don't need that.
Yeah, what's that? So we got there, I think, I don't know, really early. It was like 8:30, maybe 8, probably. And all four of us, our friend Marcus was there too. He just moved out to Jersey a year and a half ago. And so all of us stood in line, and that was the first
there
time.
too. Shelly was there too.
Yes,
It was a great group actually. There were about like 8 of us maybe.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
ran into friends in the line. Rachel was there. She lives in New York. Like there was a good group of us. Just we were already out there.
And that was day one. Like we were ready to go. We were like, okay, we got the squad. Like, and then we went to 2 or 3 castings after that. The whole group, like, moved from on the subway to the next one. It was fun. Oh, let's see.
Oh, we got some questions from
Yeah.
Love Muffin.
Ooh.
What would be your ultimate I've made it runway? And if so, any fashion week or any designer in particular?
Oof, that's a good one. I mean, obviously, any of the big brands I would be more than happy with. Balenciaga would be iconic, naturally. I mean, Gucci, any of those. Even Jane Wade, though. I feel like that is super obtainable for us and our just right now. And if I got to walk in that show, I would feel like I made it. Like, I really would. I would feel as though that's the goal, to just work with an iconic brand that represents fashion in such a clean and unique and beautiful way. So the higher brands, but of course, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like any of the calendar shows, like just walking any calendar show.
Yeah.
Truly, it is. Yeah.
A side story on that. So I reached out. So that was the goal, right? Any of the calendar shows. I reached out to all of the designers on the New York Fashion Week calendar event. When it came out, I DM'd all of them. Just because. Why the hell not, right? You never know.
Might as
I
well.
DM'd all of the designers. I went to their pages. One responded. One.
Okay.
That's crazy, right? That's
One is better than none.
One, I was like, amazing. Kobe Halperin, and I was looking to just volunteer. I wasn't looking to walk. I was looking to just be a part of the experience. And whoever was running his page was like, yes, we're looking for volunteers. Out of all the other people, he said yes, or whoever it was, right? And so they get my number, and we're texting back and forth, and they tell me a call time. I think it was at like 7 a.m. or something crazy. They had a day show. And that was my first New York Fashion Week calendar experience. And it felt so doable. Like walking in there, I was like, we could do this. Like, we are so capable. Like, it's so close, we can taste it. And I think that was a really powerful moment too. Like to be a part of a calendar event and to feel that energy. Every guest was, I mean, somebody, a celebrity, a close family friend of Kobe's, or every seat was accounted for. It was crazy. It was cool to see the process.
That's so amazing. I'm so glad you got to experience that.
Me too, girl. The carpet was the runway, I'm sorry, was carpet, which was wild. The models had like ballet slippers on, like flats, basically, just flats, not heels, which was different. And so I think sometimes too, our vision of what New York Fashion Week is not always what they're doing right now.
Right.
So it's like being able to walk flat-footed and still look powerful and strong down a runway was something that I was like, oh, you're right. I need to walk regularly and just channel it without needing heels. So anyway, it was a good experience.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, we loved having you on here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on. I mean, we've been planning this since forever, since even before it was a thing. You know, this is a little baby.
For real, you guys, this is crazy.
Yeah,
I'm so proud
it's
of
amazing.
the journey of this as well. I know, like you said, we have been talking about it for a while, but to see it come to fruition and to see y'all do it as well as you have, I mean, from branding to the photo shoot to how y'all present it, it's just so clean. Everyone should want to be
Oh,
a part of
thank
it.
you.
I'm excited to see who
Thank
else is
You
you.
heard it here first, folks.
Right. Well, we'll stay in touch.
Yeah.
We'll follow your journey. I know you're going to be taking a little hiatus to go
Indeed.
pursue your dreams as a flight
Yeah.
attendant.
Yes.
Oh my
I'm excited.
gosh.
Yeah, I literally moved
Congratulations.
the week after New York. So that's why I'm not doing it this year because I'm like, that just wouldn't make sense. Like
Yeah.
to do, and then the financial, no, like yeah.
It'll be a
But
setback.
February, we're gonna try again and we're gonna see. And
Okay.
Paris, Mandu and I will be doing Paris one day soon.
Worldwide.
Yes,
Worldwide.
we
We gonna
will.
come to New York.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so
Amazing.
much, Savannah. It was lovely having you.
Yes.
Stay
We
in
wish you all the
touch.
success, all
Thanks,
the
guys.
love,
Okay,
all the
I guess I
love.
just end it, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
off the live. Yeah, you can leave your live. Oh my
Aw.
God. That was
She's so
amazing.
precious.
That is such a full circle moment. I have to find that video or I have to like share that video, but it's literally
Y'all
us
said y'all did
back
a podcast before the podcast?
before there was a podcast before the podcast, girl. It's like 30 minutes long, just like talking about our New York experience, yapping. Brandon, if you want to join us, we can get started. We're so excited to have you. Brandon. But yeah, we were just backstage yapping, like, and we were so dead about those rats, bro. Like
Dude,
that.
them rats is big. Them rats is beefy. Like, Brandon
Oh
said,
my God,
he's
those
ready.
rats, bro. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let's see.
It only take you a few times before you desensitize to them.
You see, it's not even just the subway. They just be everywhere.
No, they be everywhere.
Wow. Hello.
Oh,
Hey,
Hey, hey,
hey,
yes, outfit
what's up, y'all?
on. Yes.
Let me
I
take that.
love it.
What's going on, ladies?
we're
Nothing
good. How are
much.
you?
I'm
Yes.
doing amazing. You guys are just glowing over there, just looking all good and melanated. I love it.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Clever magic.
you.
No, nothing
Period.
crazy.
Oh my
Brandon,
gosh.
so it's so amazing to meet you. I know it's so crazy to say that, but like we've seen your work, we've seen all the amazing things you do. KP the legend said that's the person you need on there immediately. I said, yes,
And we see
ma'am.
why. We see why.
Thank you, thank you. Yo, shout out to KPD
Yes, Kate,
legend.
the
Yes,
Yo,
legend,
KP.
the legend herself.
the
Yes.
queen. Thank you, thank you. I
Queen.
appreciate that. Also, shout out to Savannah as well. I really enjoyed just listening to Savannah's journey. You know, this modeling game is very interesting. So, it's cool to hear that, we're all in our different paths, but we still have that drive and that fire to keep going forward. It's inspirational.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about your modeling journey. How did we come to see the Brandon that we're looking at today?
Wow, wow. So I kind of have an interesting journey. I I kind of started when I was younger in high school. I used to actually do a little hair shows. I'm from Chicago, the Chicago area originally, right outside Chicago, a place called Joliet. But I had this superstar barber that was always doing hair shows, so I kind of started doing that. And right before I went to college, we did a photo shoot for Wall Clippers. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Clipper
My
brand,
dad
right?
used those,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, legendary. We did a photo shoot for Wall Clippers, and it was for a barbershop chart, selection chart that's in the shops when you go in, you can choose
Oh my
kind
gosh,
of, yeah, one of
yeah.
those, right? I didn't really know. I was, young, 17, whatever. I go to college, didn't think anything of it. I'm walking around campus and people are like, "You look familiar. I've seen you before." And I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I think I saw you in a barbershop." So eventually I go to the barbershop on campus to get my hair cut and look behind me and there's the poster.
That
So
is so
yeah, so it kind of
funny.
got started there. Um, that photo actually ended up being used in the barbershop movie, the first barbershop movie, unbeknownst to me. So yeah, I'm again on campus. I get a phone call from my mom, and she's like, "Boy, I'm in a movie theater. I just saw your face come across the screen. Did you get paid for that?" Um,
What?
Oh,
yeah,
someone
yeah,
just said it too. Yeah.
yeah.
That is
Shout out to Chad. What's up?
insane.
That's my cousin right there. Yes, yes. So that's kind of where I got my start in terms of when I was younger. So when I got to college, I actually moved from from Joliet to Atlanta. I attended Clark Atlanta University. So shout out to HBCUs, y'all. The
Hey.
A. Okay, the Atlanta University Center, and this particular situation I think was really pivotal and just kind of started my interest in fashion. Um, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but if you've ever gone to an HBCU, the homecoming fashion show is like the Met. It's like the Grammys. It's like all of those things. So if you happen to book the homecoming fashion show at an HBCU, it's like a really big deal. So coming from the Midwest, I wasn't, that familiar with this whole culture and the whole nine. So I go to the homecoming fashion show. I'm a freshman and I'm sitting in the audience and I'm just in wow, like what? These are students. They go here. They look like that. They're doing this. And so from that point, I made it my business to get in that fashion show. So I think the next
Wow.
season, a friend of mine that was also a freshman was lucky enough to actually get in that show. Normally they didn't have too many freshmen in the show. So the next season I got in, and the next thing you know, we took over. We started running the show, and and from that point, the group of friends that I had, shout out to Glamo, CJ, Antoine, my cousin Chad, down in Atlanta. We would really sit and study fashion. I don't know if you guys are familiar. I might be telling my age, but there was a show on VH1 called Fashion Trends. It would come on at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and it would show every single Fashion Week show around the globe: New York, Paris, London, Tokyo, all of them. And we would just sit there and we would just take it in, just take it in, and we would just it was important for us to understand and be students of fashion, right? So if we are running the show, we wanted to be able to at least uh, show these aspiring models who are also students, right? But a lot of people actually wanted to be models in real life, right? And so we wanted to make sure that we were kind of setting people up for success as well as learning. And so from that point, we took over. People kind of became familiar with my walk. And at this time, I'm
Okay.
still just kind of on the back end. We were doing, I was kind of more so into music at that time. So my first passion is music. So in Atlanta, I ended up being signed and been in the boy group in the whole nine right out of college. But during that whole time, I was kind of dibbling and dabbling in fashion and being more of like a model coach, more of a runway coach. Because I always have fun because I'm under height technically for the standard. I know y'all know about those things right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yep.
We
I
don't look at those.
yeah, that's out the window right now. But I will say at that time, those standards were a thing, and I think they were actually a barrier to entry. And so I don't think modeling was something that was the top of mind for me. I've always been a fashion kid. I love fashion, love clothes, but it was just kind of more about music and being an artist. Um, I eventually made the big jump and decided to move to New York. And this was kind of after I was in a boy group, and that kind of fizzled out, and that didn't kind of really do what I thought it was going to do. Although an amazing experience. Shout out to my group premiere back in the day, ATL, Deron Jones, DPS Records. But I decided if that doesn't work, I'm gonna take the leap, move to New York, and just see what the world has for me. When I tell y'all, it was the best decision I ever made.
Really?
It was the best decision I ever made. It was like I remember coming home from work one day in Atlanta. I had a beautiful apartment. I had just got been in it for a year. I just re-signed another lease. And I was like, man, I've done all these things in Atlanta. You know what I mean? I just felt like Atlanta don't owe me nothing right now. I've gone to school here. I've gotten in the music industry, made a little name for myself there, but I just felt like there was more. And so I just prayed about it one. I remember getting on my knees in my living room and just praying to God and be like, God, if it's for me, I'm just gonna jump out there. I remember applying the next day internally with my job. I work in corporate America. We gotta do what we gotta do. But I was like, let me apply for a position in New York City. So I work in finance, for those of you that don't know. I work for a major bank. And so we're located all over the country. And so I was like, let me go ahead and just put in a transfer and see if anything happened. When I tell you I got a hit back the next day from the recruiter was like, let's talk. We spoke. I was having an interview with New York City within 2 weeks, and within 60 days, 2 months, I was living in New York City, y'all.
Wow.
So when I tell you, when God say go, you do what he tell you to do.
Go.
You
Okay.
go.
Go.
God will make it happen.
Wow.
And at that moment, I'm still not thinking fashion, y'all. I came here, I'm like, I'm leaving my music family, I'm leaving what I know in Atlanta. I worked with some cool people, down in Atlanta, but my connections were there. They were not necessarily in New York. So I came here and I maybe sat for about 2 years and I ran into or actually met someone that ended up being my music manager Prince Riley. Shout out to Prince. If you're watching this, Prince Riley.
Hey.
Prince is an amazing choreographer. Prince is an actor, artist manager, and he's from New York. So meeting him, he really taught me a lot of the ins and outs about moving around the city. He booked me for a lot of different shows all over the city. I'm talking about he even had me opening for what? The U.S. Open, what Arthur Ashe Kids Day, City Field. I was running all over New York City performing, but we decided I needed to be
Wow.
more of a fashion artist, right? Because we're starting to see what's happening in the industry, and I'm like, hmm. And so before I know it, he's got me performing on runways during New York Fashion Week. Here, which was amazing. I was getting my Victoria's Secret fashion show dream on.
Yes.
So that would be fun.
Clap
And
that.
eventually no, for real. He introduced me to Rick Davey of Fashion Week Brooklyn. Fashion Week Brooklyn, y'all, is an amazing platform for any up and coming designers, up and coming models. And when I say up and coming, I don't mean the quality isn't there. I mean you get a chance there to really shine, right?
Mm,
Fashion Week Brooklyn happens normally a month after New York Fashion Week, and everybody around the world knows about Brooklyn. But I said that to say, the founder, Rick Davey, booked me for one of my first major runway shows to perform at after meeting me through Prince. From that point on, it was just like love ever since. I remember also seeing a change in the industry. I used to attend New York Fashion Week shows, just go sit in front row. Prince and I, my manager, we run around all over the city because I'm an artist. You need to be seen in the whole nine. But I do remember sitting in the audience one day for Adrian Alicea. Adrian is a New York City fashion legend. He's also an ex-model. But everybody knows about Adrian Alexander. So I happened to be at one of his fashion shows, and I see a guy walk down the runway that looked like he was my height. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. What's going on? What's going on? I was like, hold on. And so I peep. I made a mental note. Then I go to Corey Woods' show. So anybody out there that's familiar with Corey Woods, the late Corey Woods, may he rest in peace. He's no longer with us, but Corey Woods was an integral, super important part of my fashion story. Corey Woods used to always be on the Fashion Week online calendar for New York Fashion Week. He was an eyewear designer. He was a marketing king. There's always so much excitement about his shows. So I used to just attend. I go to his show. I see a couple of guys go down the runway. They look like they're my height. I'm like, oh hell nah, wait a minute. So this means this is my turn, right? Because for me, it was never about can I walk? It was about would I be tall enough to even go to a casting or be accepted.
right.
Um, by the grace of God, I happened to talk to Rick Davey one time. He's booking me to perform for Brooklyn Fashion Week. And I'm like, hey, I think I want to walk. He's like, come to the casting. Just come. I'm like, no, seriously. He's like, no, just come to the casting. Just try. Go to the casting, booked. Couldn't believe it. Walk Fashion Week Brooklyn. Like I said, ended up walking for Corey Woods, my first New York Fashion Week show. And from there, I think I got the confidence to start showing up, right? Because showing up is half the battle. So just from there, just showing up to castings and just bringing my full self and my walk. And I think that's what just kind of opened some doors. I really had to just kind of kick down a lot of doors to be seen. So I'm just really grateful for all the people that said yes. They gave me an opportunity. They didn't have to. But it's kind of really how I started, and that's how I got to where I am now.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. I love how you said
Yeah,
kick down them doors. Yes,
yeah,
let's
you gotta
kick
kick
them
down them
doors
doors.
down. Yeah.
Lord, I like to hear that. I like
Yeah,
That is such
that's
an inspiring
amazing.
story. I love
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like, oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, life is crazy. Life is crazy, but you got to take those chances and you got to believe in yourself for sure. For sure.
Absolutely. And I mean, I seen it brought you to Times Square. I seen you was on a billboard not one time, but two times.
Yeah, yeah. I think like maybe two and a half actually. I'm like, wait a minute, wait. No, no,
I
no,
missed that half. Come
nah,
on.
Hmm.
That is
nah.
insane.
That was huge. That was huge. I can't tell you how highly validating being on a billboard in Times Square is as a model, and especially a model like me, who I feel like again, at some point was really not standard and going against the grain. I feel like now we've kind of I won't say completely evened out the playing field, right?
No.
Um, yeah, we still right, we're still not where we need to be in fashion, but I think that's why it's important for people like me, people like y'all to continue to come out here and bust down those doors, be visible, have platforms like this so that we can tell our stories. I really appreciate that you guys have this and want to talk to me so that I can share. But this is important because, I mean, change really honestly starts with us. You can't take no for an answer. You just go where they love you.
Absolutely. Go where you're loved, go where you're
Go where you are
appreciated.
loved, go where you are appreciated, go where they see your value.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All
And
of
if you
that.
walk in
Absolutely.
that door and they don't value you, you better turn around and leave.
Because guess
Right.
what? Because you probably dodged a bullet, right?
Right.
Right? And
Clock
when you
it.
walked out, the next door you walked in, that's what God was saving for you.
Right. That's
Right?
the
And so
blessing.
it's a blessing. I mean, rejection is a part of the game, it's a part of the industry, right?
Yes.
Um,
Every rejection is a redirection.
I
it's a
Like,
was just about to say
redirection.
that. I was just about to say that. You read my mind.
Yep. And a
so,
delay is not denial. So if they told you no
mhm.
right now, or if you tried out for a show this season, that doesn't mean you're never gonna do it. That just means come back stronger, come back
Right.
harder.
Be
Right.
resilient. Be resilient.
You
Resilient.
Keep
gotta
showing
be
up.
resilient.
Your time is going to come. Like,
Yeah.
it won't come if you don't show up. So you gotta,
Oh, if you quit, you 100% will fail.
yeah.
For sure.
That's when you failed for real. That's when you
Yeah.
failed for real.
Yeah.
Okay, we have such limited time, and we want to stay on live with you and talk for so long. But if you were to give any advice to anybody who's doing New York Fashion Week this year, anything that they really, really need to do to make sure that they are prepared for success, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to do your research. Research the platforms that you want to walk for. Of course, there's individual designers. You got models that I say that are on in our realm, right? And we may do a lot of different platform shows. So do your research, talk to other models, network with other models. Don't be weird when you're at shows or at castings. When you go to a casting, get everybody's IG, get in everybody's group chat, right? Like, don't
Say hi
go
to
and be
everybody.
nervous. Okay, say hi to everybody because your model friends will they'll be your biggest supporters. Those people that are gonna genuinely like your post. They're gonna send you those castings, and when you do the same thing back, we really create this community and this synergy. So I would say, do your research, know where to go, know where not to go, based off what you hear. Know what's worth your time, right? Have etiquette. Yes, etiquette and conduct are so important. Absolutely.
Very.
I totally agree. Come with a good attitude. And just know that you don't need to be everywhere, right? Whoever says yes to that, wherever you land is where you're supposed to be at,
Hmm.
right?
Exactly.
So I would just say, do your research, don't stress out, be nice to yourself, give yourself grace,
Yeah.
and
I
go for it.
That is so amazing. Thank you so, so much, Brandon. That's amazing to hear. You are a seasoned model, and I really hope everyone who's watching this is soaking it in because
I
I'm
know I am.
in. Like,
I feel like I still need it. And it's just
like
like,
but I might,
yo,
I
still
might be
right.
getting my ringtone for New York at this point because I need the motivation every day.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. No, listen, when you
Yes.
come to New York, feed off that energy, right? That energy is a real thing, right? It's not just something people say. When you get here, you hit the ground running.
Right.
Shout out to every single one of you models that travel and then come into the city. I live in the city. I live in Harlem. I always say I live at ground zero, not 9/11, but I live where everything is happening. So, I can get around how I need to get around. It's not as hard for me. So I have so much respect for any model that is traveling, that is, like you guys looking for model houses, staying in hotels, figuring out if you're staying in Jersey and so forth. That's not easy, right? Going to casting and spending time and money to come here to capture something if you don't know if you're going to get. So it's those models I respect so much. And I say that's what makes you go far. Keep up that energy. I'm rooting for y'all. If you ever got any questions about New York City, how to navigate, please don't hesitate to reach out.
absolutely.
Y'all
Thank
heard it
you
from
so
the man himself. Man himself.
Yes.
Brandon
This is
Does
an
J.
honor.
Yes.
questions for Brandon at this time?
Yes.
Like
Y'all
I
better.
I feel like I have a lot of questions. I'm just trying to think right now because I'm just having
Yeah.
season from all the goodness that you have shared with us today.
That part. Your DM's gonna be flooded after this. Because I'm gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
Send them
ooh.
in, send them in. Each one teach one.
You gonna be my personal coach for New York every time because Savannah not gonna be there.
Yeah,
So
Oh my
Savannah.
gosh.
No, seriously, if you really have questions, you need anything, definitely let me know. I mean, that's what we're supposed to do. All we got is each other. And I think as a model, a lot of people don't understand, they can't identify with what we go through or kind of like the process. It's kind of hard to talk to people outside of the industry, right? They just see it as glamorous. Some people look at it as maybe shallow, depending on what you're looking at. But this is hard work. It's hard work. And so, make your model family strong. You know what I'm saying? That way you have people to lean on. Our mental health is important. Give yourself grace. We're all there because we're beautiful. We're all there because we're supposed to be.
Yes, talented. These rooms were made
Right?
for us, and we need
They
to
made
fill
for
them.
us.
Yes,
Exactly. All right. Fashion can't happen without models.
clock
We're gonna need to
Remember
post that and repost it and repost it and repost it again because
it. Because
Absolutely.
I think y'all
Absolutely.
forgot. Because
they
y'all trying to
forget.
replace us with AI. And I need y'all to remember that we exist.
We exist. People know the difference. Nothing
They
can
matter.
replace that this actual human connection. And we only have 5 fingers and not 6. Okay?
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Oh
we
my
will
gosh.
pin that because
Absolutely.
they need a
And
reminder.
that.
But thank you so much, Brandon. It was amazing having you, Kennedy. I don't know if you have any last thoughts for Brandon at this time.
Oh my gosh. I have too many thoughts, but do I have one more to end off? Okay, so because I know I ended this up with a last laugh, but how does New York Fashion Week make you feel? Because I know you've seen it all from all the angles, but like, what does it bring out in you?
I will say being able to be a part and participate in New York Fashion Week is it's validating. Right? As a model for a long time, it took me a while to be able to introduce myself and say, I'm Brandon and I'm a model, right? Because it seemed like everybody's a model. But I think once you do like New York Fashion Week and you really get out here and you hit the pavement and you get the feels and the whole nine, you get a piece, you feel that energy. I think that's what New York Fashion Week does. It validates your journey. If you're able to come out here and survive and do it and get a piece of it, even if you only did it one time, check
Yeah.
it off. You did it. You know what I mean? So that's what and I've learned and I've grown a lot. And I'll say, most of all, I've made some amazing connections. So New York Fashion Week has allowed me to meet some really great, not just models, but designers, which turn into amazing branding opportunities and future work, whether it's print work, commercial work, travel opportunities, and people are coming from all over the world. So New York Fashion Week is a great time to network, whether you walk in or not.
Absolutely.
Okay,
I
I
totally,
love that.
totally agree.
Aw,
Well, thank you so much, Brandon. It was amazing having you. We will definitely stay in touch. We will be following
Yes,
your journey. I'm sure there will be another opportunity to host you further down the line.
hope
Um,
so.
keep supporting, keep being you, keep doing all the amazing things you do. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
yes,
guys so much.
yes.
This was amazing. It was an honor and many blessings and much success to you in the podcast as well. I look forward to being back.
Thank you. Thank you. So much success and all of that to you as well. We love you.
Yeah.
We support you. Y'all follow Brandon. Y'all follow Savannah. Y'all run up a post because you know they
Run it
Mm-hmm.
deserve
up.
it.
Run it up,
Anyways,
y'all. Shout out to
send
everybody.
love.
Happy pre New York Fashion Week, y'all. Let's
Happy
go.
New York
Happy
Fashion
New Year,
Week. We
fashion.
started off strong.
Yes.
Much love. Wow.
Thank
Blessings, everyone.
you.
Bye.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh.
All
It's really,
right. That
it's
was
about that time.
amazing. Ah, 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 ah.
Oh my gosh.
That was amazing. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing time. Until next time, we are
This
the
is the
Runway
runway rundown.
Run down, run down, run down, run down. Hey, hey, hey. Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Pray for us because New York Fashion Week. So
Mm-hmm.
if the page a little dry, we are recovering.
We're busy. We'll be
We busy.
right. Bye.